A golden brown hazel surrounded by eyelashes any girl would kill for. So yeah, standing here looking at Mason, any girl would get a flutter as long as you just looked. Within minutes of talking to the guy, though, that flutter should turn to stone. Mason was one of those jocks that was all about himself and needed constant adoration, and his two friends were just as shallow as he was. Mark almost seemed to pride himself on being the class bully and had a sickening sneer on his face most of the time. Lisa was just as bad. She wore her cheerleading uniform like a status badge that gave her the power to judge and be as mean as she wanted to the other students. Once again, it baffled Alex as to why her best friend was dating the jerk. Both girls were on the honor roll and volunteered for extra credit. Emily, having way more patience, started tutoring, and that's how the Mason thing started. After a week of tutoring Mason in math, Emily had started walking the halls holding hands with him and sitting with his group at lunch. When Alex had tried talking to her about it, she had brushed her off, saying that she was too judgmental, and if she really knew Mason, she would like him too. After that, Emily drifted further away and rarely did anything with Alex. I really miss her, but she has changed so much, thought Alex. Looking around at the rest of the class, she saw some of her other friends off to the side and realized that the class was divided mainly into two groups, farm and town. With another sigh, Alex thought about how Emily wasn't really in the farm group anymore. Mr. Carter was trying to get the class to move closer together so he could give out the schedule for the day, and wasn't having much luck. The kids were excited and distracted by being in Disneyland. It still amazed Alex that somehow her class won this trip by having the highest test scores in the whole province. Bringing more than 20 teenagers to California seemed a little crazy to Alex, even with 3 teachers and 2 parent chaperones. When she first found out about the trip, Alex didn't really want to go. She figured it would be a bit of a gong show with some of the town kids getting out of control, and she felt Disneyland was made for a much younger crowd. Surprisingly, it was Emily who convinced her to come, saying it would give them a chance to reconnect and spend time together. She had seemed really excited that they could share a room together in the hotel. Alex was really happy to hear this because she had heard Lisa telling another girl that she and Emily were going to room together, and Alex had been jealous and disappointed that Emily was choosing Lisa over her. Last night in the hotel, Alex and Emily stayed up late and talked about a lot of things that had happened in the last few months. They felt reconnected after not spending any real time together for so long. Alex talked about her gymnastics and other things in her life, and Emily confessed her mixed feelings over her and Mason's future. I don't think I'm ready for what he wants. He suggested that this trip would be a good time for us to take the next step. But we've only been dating for a few months, and I'm not sure I want to go there yet, Emily said with a frown. Alex was used to her friend being more assertive and sure of herself, so she tried to help. Just tell him how you feel and make it clear so there's no confusion, she advised. Emily grimaced. You don't know Mason. He doesn't like to be told no. I'm just so glad you decided to room with me. I overheard him telling Lisa that he'd let her know what night he wanted her out of the room. I didn't want to let that happen, so thanks again for staying with me. She smiled gratefully at Alex. Alex was shocked. That's why Emily wanted her here? To run interference? After the disappointment and loneliness of the past few months without her friend, Alex was hurt and frustrated. Really, Em? That's why you convinced me to come? So I could protect you from your bully of a boyfriend? Really? How stupid am I that I thought you missed me and wanted to spend time with me? Unbelievable. Well, if that's all you need me for, then forget it. You're my best friend, but 3 months ago...